Alright guys, this is my x320 that I bought. I did some minor tune-up belts and things like that. Everything seems to be fine. There's only one thing that I don't really like, and I show you guys. I bought it for a second owner. It's pretty clean. I wash it. Except has 260 hours on it. As you can see, 65 to 65. The problem is the bearings on the clutch. I'll fire up in a second. Let's see, I believe the same clutch was used in many other devices, but I couldn't find anything that was talking about repairing them or changing the bearings, but that's what it is. And I'm gonna take a gamble. The parts cost me $13 with shipping. I'm gonna show you them. And it's 22 horsepower Kawasaki. There were some cracks on the hood. I could show you what I did. I saw it online. Heating up this mesh and molding them in. Seems to be working pretty good, to be honest with you. Good idea. But I changed, like I say, oil, spark plug, air filter, fuel filter. It's still good. So I'll fire up right now. I just pull it out from the shed, so you're gonna see it. But you're gonna hear the noise. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's not that bad. If I'm gonna hear it. See the change in the noise. But when I turn the clutch on, no noise. This noise comes back. You know, even if I'm gonna turn the PTO right now, see, there's no noise. It's kind of low RPM, but that's how it's supposed to be running. There's noise coming back. So and try to take the deck. I already took the clutch last week, and I could show you the bearings that I bought and what I'm gonna be attempting to use for this machine. Alright guys, so that's the clutch. It came out. Was not the prettiest. I have to use this, but once I'm gonna get this whole thing moving and I pry it down a little bit, it moved. So before I forgot, this is the number Warner 521987. There is a date on it, but you can't really tell. But that's one of the bearing. Gonna be changing, and that's the one that's making mess. It's so messy because I actually, last time when I opened it up, I packed with some grease to extend a life a little bit, just in case if I have to hold it on more. But it looks like a week was enough to get the parts. So I'll clean it up, and we'll see what. Okay, guys. So that's how it looks like. That's the clutch. So this part goes. That's on the bottom. Okay. This bearing. That's what. There's an issue with this one, right? Now this is the middle part of this one, that's the magnet, drops in with no problem, and this one you have to slide it in once you put it in like this underneath, and it's not the easiest way, but it comes out. That's not a big deal, you know. So first of all, I'm gonna try to take this returning washer, and then we're gonna have to put it upside down, and we're gonna have to push from this side down, because that's what's holding on this bearing. That's this washer here. You know, it's kind of different type, but that's okay. You should be able to start prying this thing out, and that should go. This one does, I don't see no retaining washer. I think it's just, you know, we'll see. I'll hit a few times, we'll see which way it's gonna try to go, you know, but there's no retaining washer on the top one. With this one, technically, this one it's smooth, it doesn't give you, but you could hear this one. That's this noise. So I packed this with grease before I could show you. Before I don't know if I have the, I could show you, just in case, to extend some life to it. You could take this tool and you could actually, let's say, grab it like this, and you could you know, move this, take this piece out. Sorry, I'm one-handed, so, but you could take this out and pack some grease, and maybe you could get some luck with it. But for $6, you know, there's no question that will be easy to change. All right, I will try to pull the retaining washer, starting right here. Start to prying this thing out, and then it should come out, and the bearing should pop in from upside down. We'll see how that's gonna go. I'll show you. Alright guys, so that's what I use: hammer and 3/4 drive. And so this is the old bearing, 6206, and this is 6206 new one. It's exactly the same thickness. The bearings are easy to find if you know which one you're looking for, that's for sure. But yeah, that's the one. And so I'll try to pull it in. I just flip it upside down, and from the other end I just did like few hits of, you know, mallet, and was done. No hard. The washer, the retaining washer, it's pretty cool. It's a little bit different than the other one. Where is it? Hopefully I don't lose the retaining washer. I want to show you. Okay, so that's the retaining washer. It's kind of like you could pry it out from one side, and comes out really easy. It's really easy to take it out, honestly. I'm gonna clean this one out, pop new bearing, fell right in, put the retaining washer in, that's it. And it should be it. It's really a few minutes. I'm just gonna clean this thing out, and so it will look better. But that's alright. So I just popped the bearing and put the retaining washer to it. There's actually on the other side, there's another retaining washer that just goes against to, but I used the old bearing to hit the new bearing and try to be flat, and I didn't put any lubricant, to be honest with you. But that's it. I mean, there's some numbers here. I'm sure you could see if this is original. It's like a John Deere part, but I'm not sure. But this side is good. It took me 3 minutes, honestly, to do it. So that's it. I'll start working on this one and see from which end this baby's gonna try to come out. It looks like, yes, there's no retaining washer on it, but let's see if it's gonna come out. I'm gonna try to hit from this side, from the clutch side to the outside, see what's gonna happen. Sorry, I wish, but it makes a lot of vibration when you're doing it, and my table is not the solid one. So I don't have a tripod or somewhere else to set it up, so you could see decent way how to take it out, but it's really no brainer. I'm gonna use the same thing, something like this from this end, but I will just set this one on the riser or on the, you know, you could put it right on top of the, you know, vise like this. You know, it's not the best, but you could just try to see, hit once or twice and see if it moves, you know. And that's what I will try to do right now. Alright guys, sorry, I kind of disappointed. I was trying a few times to bang this bearing out, but doesn't seem to be that easy. Maybe I could, if I wanna to really have more time and you know, do some kind of puller tool for it. Maybe I will be able to pull it out, but you know what, at this point I'm gonna take a gamble. I just took the seal from it. That's how the seal look like. Pull it out. I'm gonna repack this with some grease, assemble this together, and because this bearing technically it's still good, there's no really problem with it. So I'm gonna take a gamble, use that, and we'll go from there. If that's gonna give me some big problems, then I will think about it later on. But you know, this one's all set. This one's good. I put spray some WD-40 inside of it and try to pull it out, but you know, it seems like the housing and this thing, it's kind of connected together, and you know, maybe if I have a better table and some kind of maybe rod with some kind of, I probably could pull it out, you know what I'm saying. But I'm not sure. I will probably repack this for now. If I put some kind of washer and something right here to hold it up, and maybe I could pull this bearing down, but then putting back in the same thing, I'll have to bang this thing in somehow, and there's some magnets inside, and it's kind of risky as it is right now. So I'm gonna take a gamble right now, and but I will know next time. If I'm gonna need to take it out, then maybe I'll find some kind of maybe you guys could help me out how to take this bearing out, and maybe I'll think about it and gear up if I need to for it. Then I'll think about some kind of solution. But this one was really easy. 6206 was really easy. This one's a little bit tricky, but it's possible. But maybe there's a few thoughts needs to be done for those. All right, let me pack this thing with some bearing grease, and I'll put this. Okay, guys. So the clutch is back on. I hooked up the cable to the clutch. Switch. It went pretty easy. No problem. Put some grease in. So I'll fire up right now, and we'll see if there's any change. Okay, so I guess the operation was semi-success. The upper bearing was really hard. I was trying something else to pull this bearing out, but it was really hard. So so that's what it is. This is the deck. I just gonna grease it. I just changed all the belts. By the way, all the belts I bought it from V-Belt Supply. Those belts came in almost as original, the same way. Even for the power flow bagger, the same thing. Everything came in. Kevlar belts, really good. Can't complain with this company. Now, if you see this, that's one more thing that I have to do. See this pulley that runs the power bagger. See the previous owner. See that was rubbing a little bit. I'm gonna try to adjust the bracket, but the problem is that he was burning belts all day long. But when I put this, see this part, it's touching the it's touching the belt for some kind of reason, I don't know why. So I'm gonna trim this about 1/4 of an inch down, and hopefully that will solve my problem with the belt. It's okay right now, but the way how it is right now, it's, I don't put those screws, by the way. That was previous owner, but it's okay. It just holds the cover in. But this bracket, this piece of thing, metal, it's a problem right now. It's rubbing it. I was trying to adjust those 2 screws, but actually this one holds the powerful bagger unless there's something wrong over there. But I'm gonna grease this thing one more time since I have it off. Deck is pretty decent shape. The hood I use, I bought something to buff the hood from the same stuff that you buff the headlights. It came pretty good, you know. I just have to buff the rest of the body, but this is metal, so that's a different story. But I'll have to pull it off in the tractor, and other than that, it should sound much better on the idle, that's for sure. And somebody was saying that might help also, just in case if you're blowing the fuses on the clutch or something like that. That might be, over time, that might be a problem, you know. But that's pretty much it. There's one more modification I did, which most of you guys not gonna be happy, but was something, this switch sometimes goes pretty bad. So if I do it in reverse, I have to lift this thing off. But obviously this switch is broken. The whole control, it's pretty expensive. But I saw a YouTube video to bypass the mode in reverse. The two last connections have to be joined. That's all on the PTO in the back. That's it, and then you're all set. If you want to take it out, take it out. You know, in my case, I don't have this problem. I'm not worried about it, about mowing in the back. But it just kind of pisses you off all the time. If you forget, then you know, clutch disengages, and it's kind of, you know, nonsense. But anyway, it's safety. Somebody figure out. That makes sense. So anyway, I guess that's it. I will pull back everything on, but this bar and bearing was really easy to change. Highly recommend it for technically right now $6 thing to do. I will definitely do it again if I have to. But that's it. Alright guys, this is after putting the deck and everything else. Let me just start the engine, and hopefully you guys gonna be able to see the difference. That's it. And you could clearly, even when I'm gonna move, let me try to move the deck up and down, you shouldn't hear any difference. It's still the same. And then once I'm gonna start, there's no really difference on the other end too. So I think that was a good idea to do that. It sounds much better, especially when it idles, and it doesn't sound weird, I should say. There's a issue with the ignition switch too. Previous owner did something to it, I have to replace it, but I guess that's it. I think that was worth it. $6 versus about $200 new clutch. I think that was definitely worth it, and it wasn't that hard, believe me. So, but that's how it goes. Anyway.